I was looking for a game you might enjoy, and I came
it does
across
look like
Beyond
it
the
is,
Board.
dark,
It
but
caught
it
my
is
eye,
daytime and
and I was
begin to
hoping
see
you'd
that
check it
powerful
out.
trail
Link.
as,
Hold on.
Dragon re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. All of that is expected.
Chad, there's people in there, right?
Anticipating an
Chad, there's people in there,
acquisition
yeah?
of signal around 2:51 p.m. Pacific time, so just minutes from now, and you may hear the core begin to hail out or call Dragon for communications and see if we can potentially get
crew
communications
re-entry
with them a little bit earlier. Following this, we'll have two events in rapid succession. We'll have the Drogue parachutes deploy at 2:53 p.m. Pacific, followed by the mains just 1 minute later at 2:54 p.m. Pacific time, ahead of a splashdown at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
Hoping for a nice, safe recovery.
Pretty incredible views of
the
Dragon spacecraft making its way home back to
there's people in there, chat.
with the Crew 9 astronauts on board. Once again, this view is coming from the WB-57 plane. That heat shield we can see doing magnificent work as it works to
that looks sick. Chad, that looks actually sick, no?
All right, we're going to start hearing the SpaceX Crew Operations Resource Engineer.
SpaceX Freedom is with you. 4.16.
Chat, this is the spot, and this is the fire radiating from the thing, right?
Great news there from Commander Nick Hague reporting back.
We see a healthy flight computer. Expect automated chute
Plasma.
Freedom copies.
Like we said before, things moving very quickly.
Black and white pairs, I think it's
Dragon Freedom
thermal.
Makes its way home. Next event coming up will be deployment of the Drogue parachutes. This occurs around 18,000 feet.
Thermal.
GPS has converged. Expect nominal altitude for Drogue chute deployment.
Well, this cannot be a UFO because
We're about
it's identified.
away from deployment of those Drogue parachutes.
It's identified
now,
flying object.
The heat shield is continuing to work to slow the vehicle down. That entry period, the Dragon spacecraft went from orbital velocity about 17,500 miles per hour down to about 350 miles per hour. So that really gives you a sense
experiencing some
why
G's
that
in it or
plasma
not?
builds up on the exterior of the capsule, thanks to the heat shield and the work that it does. Those Drogue parachutes will slow it down from 350 to about 119 miles per hour. We can
4 Gs!
15 kilometers. Brace for Drogue window.
We can see seat rotation happening inside the capsule. Great to get those first views of our crew members.
Wait, 4G is kind of massive, no?
Once again, the capsules are going about 350 miles per hour when the Drogues are deployed. Those Drogue parachutes that we manufacture here in-house.
My phone does 5G and all. What do you guys do, though?
The spacecraft down to 119 miles per hour. And that is when we will see the main parachutes deploy, and that occurs about 6,000 feet above the ocean's surface.
And we are expecting Drogue deployment at 2:53 p.m. Pacific, so we should see it any second now. And there you are getting a great view of Crew 9 inside Dragon Freedom as it returns back to Earth. We are awaiting the Drogue deploys. This view coming from the WB-57 high altitude plane. And there you see it on your screen, Drogue deployment.
Drogue descent rate nominal.
You can hear the crowd here.
Visual on 2 healthy Drogues.
The crowd here very
That's
excited.
insane.
As
How does that not break? Only just 2 parachutes?
Back to planet Earth.
That much
Yeah, is that a turd I'm looking at?
Next up, we'll stand by for the main deployment of the parachutes.
Oh, it has holes.
The mains are quite a bit larger. You'll be able to notice
That's
the
the
difference
first
on your
phase
screen
to
once
get
they
a little bit of
deploy,
drag
and
in
they
it.
continue to ensure that the Dragon spacecraft slows down even further. As we mentioned, Freedom will be traveling 16 miles per hour when it splashes down off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida, here at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon. And there we go.
We have visual on 4 healthy mains.
That view was from inside.
Freedom copy.
That view was from inside one of the buckets where the parachutes are located. So we see
Well, those are kind of weird, though.
of the reefing on those parachutes, and as those main parachutes begin to inflate fully, 4 beautiful, healthy mains. Now awaiting visuals of splashdown.
Next Freedom 1000.
We'll start to hear Commander Nick Hague.
Copy 1000.
XQCL.
As we heard right there, Commander Nick Hague will be calling out the altitude
That's
of the
insane.
capsule from here on
Some
out.
react.
Landing in
Aware
water
maybe
is
some
simpler and
Marvel
provides more
rivals.
margin against
Aware of
unlikely
perhaps
parachute
some Age
issues.
of Empires. Aware.
You can see those parachutes continuing
No.
to slow the
Where
Dragon
this,
capsule
Celeste?
down.
And if you're just joining us, you're looking at
800 meters.
a live view of Crew 9, just minutes away from splashing down off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. Splashdown 2 minutes from now at 2:57 p.m. Pacific. We do have 4 healthy mains really doing the job there. Just breathtaking views of a calm, glass-like ocean off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. Crew 9 just minutes away from splashing down.
This is really such an incredible shot. That
Copy
was
600.
That was a live view
Coming
from
home.
our recovery vessel, Megan, which is stationed a couple miles away from the splashdown
So how long
site.
were they
We can
out
see
in
the
orbit?
crew there using their restraints as resting places for their
Yeah, and
arms.
that Monday we saw
They were
we
just
saw,
in
we saw the
space
launch, right?
moments ago, so their arms were able to float freely.
44 Fuak.
400 meters.
That's crazy.
This is a gorgeous bluebird day here that we have for the splashdown of Crew 9.
Chad, they're gonna be a little bit cooked, no? Coming back?
It's incredible to think that the Dragon capsule
Welcome
just
to the jungle,
minutes ago
Felix.
was going over 17,000 miles per hour, and now gently coasting to a soft splashdown.
200.
Chad,
Copy.
do they have like
200 meters.
breathers or
Brace
whatnot?
for
See if something
splashdown.
goes wrong?
As you can see there on your screen, continuing to monitor progress of the Dragon spacecraft. And we're going to stand by for splashdown, located in the Gulf of America, off the coast
50,
of Tallahassee,
40,
Florida.
30, 20, restart.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Gee whiz.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown.
Okay, Chad, I know it's real. I'm not like I'm not weird, but
Nick,
it kind of
Alex,
looks a little bit
Butch,
fake.
Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX,
Just because of the way that it's being filmed.
It is an amazing.
This is iFake News
What a
CGI,
ride.
what the
I
fuck?
see a capsule full of Grins ear.
Oh
to
god,
ear.
they left the fucking botanist behind.
Oh no, the botanist. Gee whiz.
And as you can see on your screen, we have visual confirmation of splashdown. Dragon Freedom has returned home, and NASA astronauts.
system safety verifications
Now
are
the
in
Sunlight
progress.
Playthrough
We'll
starts
report back when
now.
recovery
Good luck,
personnel are
boys
en
and
route.
girls.
Understand. And we're in section 2, 4.800 landing response.
Is nobody gonna help them?
And looking for your words and if it is necessary.
In the distance, we can see the recovery vessel making its way.
Copy, you're in section 2 for the environmental assessment in 4.800.
Oh,
That
Chad,
is
are we
not
gonna see them
necessary.
getting picked up, opening the door and whatnot?
Understand. Raising buzz.
We will continue to have communications between the Corps and Nick Hague, the commander of Crew Dragon Freedom, which just splashed down 2 minutes ago off the coast of
What's
Tallahassee,
up with the water
Florida.
there? Like, what
Dragon
was
Freedom
doing
has
that?
returned home with NASA astronauts Nick Hague, Sonny Williams, Butch Wilmore, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbunoff. They're back on Earth after approximately 17 hours of a return journey from space.
The SpaceX recovery ship and team have been waiting for Dragon's splashdown, and they will now make their way to the splashdown location.
Oh, to keep it
the
angled.
Teams have been ready and waiting about 3 nautical miles away, so it's going to take them about 30 minutes or so to make their way to
SpaceX Freedom. Pretty sure we're in stable 1.
Copy, stable 1.
These motherfuckers thought of everything.
It's going to take about 30 minutes for the recovery team to make their way over to Nick, Sonny, Butch, and Alexander, who are still seated and secured inside that Dragon spacecraft.
30 minutes? Oh, hell no.
Incredible views there of that thermal
30
protection
minutes?
system, or TPS. That Dragon capsule was...
I'd be losing my mind in there for 30 minutes.
Before it
like, give me the fuck out of this thing, man. Bro, this is insane.
You know, the thermal protection system did its...
So do they have iPads to play
If you're
stuff?
wondering what that hole, that like bucket area is, that is underneath the...
They do,
side
right?
hatch. That is where the main parachutes were stored. So when we saw the Dragon capsule docked at station, it looked very different. The panel that protects and covers the main parachutes, that was still intact, as well as the panels that enclose where the drogue parachutes are located. We can see those fast
Freedom.
boats.
SpaceX is go for recovery personnel to approach. Expect personnel alongside in the next few minutes.
What about a view of the inside, though? Can we not get a like a parallel view?
We can see those fast boats. We weren't kidding when we said they were fast. While it does take about 30 minutes for the main recovery vessel to make its way over to the capsule, these fast boats will be doing a couple of things simultaneously. A couple of them are going to be working to retrieve the parachutes that you see in the background there of this drone shot. Those parachutes will be retrieved from the ocean surface. We want to make sure we are able to pull those out. The recovery vessel there closest
why do they have
to
hazmat
the
suits?
spacecraft is going to be performing some safety
Nah, they
checks.
brought some aliens back or something.
They're
Hold on.
using an instrument that is basically working to detect if there are any hypergolic vapors or fumes that are still residing in and or around the Draco thruster.
Yeah, but radiation of what though? Oh, all the sun bullshit that hits the mother sucker because there's no protection from the ozone.
To maneuver,
and it loads the mother sucker full of rads.
Unfortunately, those hypergolics are unable to be breathed. They are toxic, and so this team here is doing those initial safety checks to make sure that it is safe for the rest of the recovery team to approach the spacecraft.
Oh no, they're getting the fuck out of there.
Checking to make sure that any residuals
they're noping out of this bitch.
Are safe and are not going to cause any issues. We can see the team working their way around the spacecraft to do these basically these sniff tests on all of those Draco thrusters.
And as we continue to await the recovery of our Dragon spacecraft with NASA astronauts Nick Hague, Sonny Williams, Butch Wilmore, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbunoff inside, Dragon has autonomously completed several steps to safe itself following splashdown. We are continuing to see Dragon in what is known as Stable 1 configuration. That's kind of the ideal configuration following splash.
1, launching! Chat, you're laughing, but the way that they built the Raptor, the Raptor rocket is built like that. Literally, I built that before they came out. Literally like that. Chat. This rocket makes it, right? Chat, I think this is a win, right? I made a stage separation right here. Come on! Out of atmosphere. Wait, no separation?
Pioneer.
That's fucking unlucky. Oh well.
Spacecraft, while it is on board the space station, are from the forward hatch, which is located at the top of the spacecraft.
Chat, do I want
under that
hardware
nose
solution
cone.
on or off?
So this is a pretty exciting moment because it will be the crew's first breath of fresh air since boarding their ships at the start of their journeys last year.
It is on already.
And the very first person that will have the opportunity to say hello to the crew once that hatch is open is a SpaceX medical recovery personnel representative. Then we'll see procedures take place to remove the footrests of Dragon. That will just help the recovery personnel get a little bit more room to access the crew and help get them out of the spacecraft.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Safety is, once again, top priority here, and removing those footrests from all 4 seats will be helpful as a recovery, as a SpaceX recovery team member will actually go into the capsule.
How are you doing, Mr. Rex?
Excuse me.
Good, but we got sun glare like in the jaw.
Help the crew members unbuckle and stand up, and essentially we'll also see a fun little slide be put in place to help the crew members exit the spacecraft safely. So yeah, we're gonna remove.
I don't have to turn the sun off. Like, it literally just put a miniature piece of metal or whatever right here on the roof that blocks the camera,
right.
so
And
that
we
you wouldn't get the glare anymore.
For that hatch
Beans,
opening,
what the
so
fuck?
we're just a couple minutes away from being able to see that, and then we might be able to get the chance to see a couple of views inside of the Dragon and see the crew following their splashdown.
Now, opening that side hatch isn't quite like opening, you know, the door to your car. We have to depress the seal around the side hatch, as well as, you know, we'll now see them open that side hatch up.
Is that just at the bottom? Oh, hold on. So
And
no
there you
gloves.
have it. The side hatch is open for the first time since September.
Check, that was gonna be like a puff of smoke, like.
We can see some of the protective equipment there that was brought into frame that will help protect the edge of the side hatch. One, from any potential damage. Oh, we can see the recovery crew member there taking photos of the side hatch seal. This is part of the standard operation for recovery. These photos will get saved into our procedure.
Into the procedure.
We'll then install that protective frame around the side hatch. This helps to ensure that the side hatch itself, the edges of it, incur no damage while crew members are coming out from the spacecraft.
Man, this is kind of crazy.
If you missed it, there was also a recovery team member that went inside. So there are now 5 people on board the Dragon spacecraft.
That recovery ship is either from Panama City or Pensacola. I doubt it came from Tallahassee Port. Bro.
And if you are just joining us, it has not yet even been an hour since Crew 9 splashed down. off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time. The crew is now on board the recovery vessel Megan, and the hatch is open. The next major milestone that we'll see is when the crew will actually egress or exit the spacecraft. But before that, they'll continue to, the recovery personnel rather, will continue to install that protective area around the hatch and then remove the footrest.
Bro, the shit that I'm reading in this chat is insane.
Crew egress, but not too long away.
Great achievement. Congrats, crew craft and recovery team from Tanzania. Now let's put a woman on the moon.
As I mentioned before, of course, we got to get a well-documented photo of the moment. Although we can't see it from here, I'm pretty sure there are 4 smiles on board right now.
Check your documents.
We did hear that report out from the commander, Nick Hague, following splashdown, that there were four smiles as far as he could see.
Yeah, capsule full of grins. Now, generally speaking,
and there we do see Crew 9, some happy waves,
Hi.
smiles all around back on Earth.
They're doing everything except for like taking them out of there. These are kind of been there for like fucking 2 hours or whatever, or like
generally
months.
speaking,
More like
we have the individuals in the 2 center seats of
Just stalling.
the spacecraft exit first. You might hear us refer to this as the exit process as egress. It's just another term for exiting the
first thing I'm
spacecraft.
doing out of that,
Generally speaking, we most of
one
the time have the
shower,
center
an actual
seats
shower,
egress
then
first, as it makes moving around
In-N-Out
inside the
burger.
capsule a little bit easier.
animal style fries, of course. Then, I might squeeze my snake.
We can see the
Maybe one
tablets
time.
that were previously located on the upper leg of the crew members. We can see those being handed out to the recovery team. Those were taken off prior to the entry phase to spacecraft reentry. Those had to be stored and
Let's see what
secured
the chat says here.
prior to dynamic operations.
Smashed it, Elon. Legend.
It looks like we are starting to see the footrests also be removed. I just saw one there on the screen. There are 4, of course, one for each
Rip
crew
Joe
member.
Rogan, Free Luigi. Wow.
Those footrests are made out of carbon fiber and are actually sized appropriately for each crew member, as everybody has different measurements and
Cute
different
chat,
leg
huh?
lengths. Same goes for the armrests and the bucket length of each seat. We size those
This
appropriately
guy is.
for the crew members and to ensure their comfort and safety.
Send Exian as in the space next. True,
We
actually.
just saw the little ramp that is used to help slide the crew members
Wait, true though.
out from inside the spacecraft.
And once the crew does exit Dragon Freedom, they will be placed on to a stretcher to go to a medical bay for medical checkouts. This is standard procedure for all Dragon spacecraft flights that splash down crewed, as well as for our Soyuz spacecraft that
Chat.
land in Kazakhstan.
We could see the exterior of Dragon Freedom quite clearly in this shot, and it's such a beautiful sight.
Chat's mostly being nice though, no?
I personally prefer the capsule.
Chat, why does everybody
when
post
it
their
has
flag in the
some
chat then?
Of that, it is the signature sign of a capsule that has returned to Earth.
Oh, this is top chat. Oh, what's live chat then?
continuing to stand by for our first crew member to egress or exit Crew Dragon Freedom following their splashdown at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time. Dragon undocked from the International Space Station at 10:05 p.m. Pacific just yesterday, so it was about 17 hours of phasing.
Love, man. Why that emote though? Hold on. See, most people are nice, chat. Because I think it's just you guys that are kind of mean.
And while on board the International Space Station, Crew 9
Come on, man. Be
contributed
nice a
to
little bit.
900 hours of science, over 150 research
So why is it spamming India? What about India? What's that, what? How does this correlate to India?
Making great use of the microgravity lab of the International Space Station, which celebrates 25 years of continuous human presence this November.
Looks like we're about to get our first crew member here.
Oh, a lot of Brazil, a lot of Poland, a lot of
Dragon
Laos.
spacecraft.
Blue View Felix, thank you for always being here for us
Outside of Dragon,
XQCL.
you do see one of those stretchers. This is the
Thank you,
expected
Karen
procedure
Chet,
as
for
the crew will
all
be
these
taken to
years.
medical
From India.
facilities
XQCL.
following their exit from Dragon.
Give me some fish moly PLS.
Listen to my album. I'm good.
Your lips looks lonely. Do you want to meet mine?
What?
XQCL. "32 months
Jeez, hold on.
XQCL.
We can see folks on board clapping as our first crew member.
Oh nah, 33 months. Fuck am
And
I
that is
doing with
NASA
my life?
astronaut Nick Hague, commander of Crew 9, now
Jeez,
out
man.
of Crew Dragon Freedom. Some
XQCL
smiles, thumbs
Kaya
up, and a wave. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is one happy camper, that's for sure. As we said before, it is standard procedure for all of our long duration crew members to receive assistance upon egressing from the spacecraft.
Well, it's because
We,
there's no
basically
gravity
help
in the
them
space though, so the
move
muscles are
off
all
of the
fucked up.
recovery deck
It's
and
kind of hard to
into
like
the
replicate
private
exactly
medical
like all the
quarters for
G's on the
their,
whole body.
initial
Like,
consultation with the SpaceX flight surgeon. So we'll see that take place
07.
for all 4 of our crew members today.
right? No sharks around. Boring. Not a space agency. What a load of
36
lies.
months sub. Me and
this
my
guy's on
girl
something.
are
Standing by for
celebrating
I don't
the
know
our
next
what,
crew
but-
member
anniversary of
to
0
exit
months.
Freedom.
Who was under the laundry that moved? Sue's chat?
America's turning into third world. Lol.
Yo X, what do you want from Erewhon?
I know what that is. What is that? What's Erewhon? A grocery store. Alright, that's about it.
Next up out of the capsule, we expect Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov. His first space flight. Spent
Cool
171
side.
days in space alongside
You see his
NASA
wash.
astronaut Nick
True.
Hague.
How much would it take
Looks
for
like
you
we're
to
getting
go
some
to space?
cheers and clapping on board.
I'm not going to
As
space, buddy.
Alexander is slid down the little ramp and placed into the mobility aid.
This guy is cooked.
Again, big smile.
So what country is that, chat? Is that Slovakia or Slovenia or Czech Republic? Oh,
Now,
Russia.
the 2 crew members remaining in Dragon are NASA astronauts Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore.
It's just the
They
rearranged
completed
colors. It's kind of hard to tell.
286 days in space.
One of the remaining footrests being removed from the Dragon spacecraft.
Send Exys to Mars and don't bring him back. I wouldn't mind that. If I got all the
As I said
amenities and shit like that, I mean, I don't mind
originally,
that.
Try to have the crew members that are located.
You can send it to a nice, new, shiny place that's full of cool stuff, whatever. Or you stay in your fucking shithole where the fuck you live in. Fucking third world dog shit, fucking bottom of the barrel, garbage, rubble fest. I'm chilling, then I'll go
Inside
then.
the spacecraft, there is a recovery crew member inside that is helping all of our Crew 9 crew egress or exit from
XQCM.
the spacecraft.
How's that racist? To whom? To whom though? To whom?
We are standing by for the next
Go
crew
take a
member
bike
to
ride and
egress
bring
or
back
exit,
slots.
Crew
SpaceX
Dragon
Fire.
Freedom
Elon Musk is a
following
hero.
splashdown not even an hour ago at 2:57
India.
p.m. Pacific time.
Sucky. Unmud this guy. Thanks, Elon Musk.
Really have the recovery operations down pretty quick at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to think.
Alright, I'm
that,
skipping.
You know, just 5 years ago when we were doing
Let's put the machines, shall we?
initial demonstration missions of the Dragon.
Chat, is there
Crew
the different
Dragon
games that you
that,
could to play?
Now we're under about 30 minutes.
Or do I have to click on them like usual?
to retrieve the spacecraft from the water, and just several minutes here while
It's gonna
being
lag,
on
too.
board to get everyone, really to get that side hatch open.